Okay, so it's the second of our SPSS walkthroughs, and we are once again walking through Martin's cheat sheet, which I have on the right hand of the screen here. If you don't have this already, it's on Blackboard, so get hold of that and we will walk through it. On the left side, I have SPSS open. So what does Martin say? Today we'll be doing exercises in data management and recoding variables. Good. The secret behind statistics is not the maths or the numbers, but how you manage your data and what you do with it. Quite true. You also see most statistics isn't necessarily ready to use. We have to do some work to do it before we can actually use it. Yes, so we're going to clean some things up today. We start by opening up SPSS and loading. Oh, hang on, step back. The first thing we do before loading up any data, do you remember what we did? It was file. No, it wasn't. It was edit. Hello. There we go. Edit. Options. Let's see if it's got them right. They are right for me this time. Hopefully yours will be the same, if not change them. So we want to display names and we want them to be alphabetical. Okay? Display names, alphabetical. That's the way that your variables should be. If they're not like that, then we can't find them as easily. Okay. Apply. Well, it's already applied. And okay. Some output from the output window. Thank you very much. Back to Martin. And he wants us to open the data. So I've got my data here. No, I don't. Wrong folder. I've got my data in my data folder. And it is the BESS. BS 2019 W15.sav. Double click. And we wait. And there they are. Now, what does Martin say? Make sure you're in the variable view. We're not in the variable view. Let's go in the variable view. We're in the variable view. And look for the variable like con. Well, the quickest way of doing it is to click Control F for find and type like con. Enter. And there it is, row 69. Let's bring it up a little bit. Okay. Right, you can see that the variable goes from, well, what does it go from? Let's bring it up here. 0 for strongly dislike to 10 for strongly like. But there's another value, 9999. And as Martin points out, if we did any analysis with this, our results would be wrong. Let's say that we wanted to do the average, the mean average of how much people like the Conservative Party, and we included the 9999s, which means don't know. Suddenly, all those 99s are going to mean that the mean average for how much people like the Conservative Party is a lot higher than it is in reality. So we need to get rid of those somehow, and the way that we do it is by recoding. So back to Martin's thing. Recoding in SPSS comes in two forms, either recode into the same variable or recode into a new variable. Well, don't do it into the same variable. Make a new one. Don't overwrite existing data. Make yourself a new variable. So the way we do it is we go to transform and recode into different variables. Good stuff. Back on down to Martin's sheet. We get a new pop-up with the list of variables in a box on the left. So we have to find like con. Now we've got them sorted alphabetically. So if we click on one of them and then press L, it scrolls us down to lab look after and so on. So scroll down until we find like con. Okay. And then we're going to put that into the, click the little arrow here, and that's the input variable. The output variable name, we need something else. Martin's calling it like con rec for recoded. So let's do that. Like con rec. Note the use of capitals there. And it needs to have a label describing what it is. It doesn't actually need that, but it makes it easier to understand if you do. So we'll call that like conservative recoded. That one doesn't actually matter too much. Okay. Then we click change. So there we go. We've got like con will become like con recoded, but we haven't done anything with it yet. So we're going to click on old and new values. Now, the one that we want to get rid of is the missing value, the 9999. Okay? So in the value box, and make sure this radio button is checked here, in the value box, click 9999. Yep. And we're going to need to ascribe that to a new value. In this is going to be what we call sysmiss, which is the SPSS way of saying please disregard this. Okay, system missing, and then click add. So anything that's a 9999 will be recoded as system missing. All right, that's all very good, but at the moment that's just going to miss everything out. We need to include all the other values as well. So scroll down on Martin's thing here, and you will see that he said on the old value we want to click the range of 0s to 10, right? Because we want to include everything else, and we know that the values are 0 to 10 and 9999, so we want to get the 0s to 10. They will have, what does Martin say here? Copy old values. So the range 0 to 10 will have copy old values, and we add that as well, which should leave us in the case where we have 9999 will become system missing, and 0 through 10 will become a copy of what they are in the original one. Okay, so we click continue, and then we click OK. Output window comes there, and that will have created us a new a variable. Now, has it actually created a new variable? Well, let's find out. Again, Control F to find, and we will search for like con rec recoded, and there it is, our like con rec. Now, that's a way of recoding that just gets rid of 9999s, but we might want to do other forms of recoding. So the scale at the moment is a 0 to 10, but we might not be especially interested in the exact degree to which somebody likes or dislikes a political party. We might want to recode it another way. So what does Martin tell us here? We're going to look at like lab, a variable measuring whether you like Labour. It has 11 values, 0 to 10 and 9999, but does it matter if we say 1 or 2 if you dislike Labour, or 8 or 9 if you like? Perhaps we're interested in finding out where people stand on 3 categories. Okay, those 3 categories are going to be dislike, neutral and like. So let's do the recoding thing again. So we're going to, how did we do it? We did transform, recode into different variables, and get rid of this for a start. So click on that and put it back in the list. We don't need that. This time we're going to do Labour. So like lab, we're going to put into the box. And the name of this one, Martin has said, will be like lab cat. Cat for categorical, because we're going to create 3 distinct categories: the dislike, neutral and like. So we'll call that, in the label it will be like Labour categorical. We click change, and again we're going to click old and new values. Okay. Now here it already has done what we had from last time. Well, the sysmiss thing, the system missing, that's going to be useful, so we'll leave that in. But we don't want to copy through 0 through 10, so remove that. Okay. Then we're going to have a new version. What does Martin say? He says we're going to have 0 to 3 into the range and give them the value 1. All right. So 0 through 3 are going to have the new value in the new variable of 1. So we add that. Then Martin has us do 4 to 6. I'll give him the value 2. Add. And 7 to 10 will be given the value of 3. So what has that done is giving us a new variable, like Labour categorical, in which there are only 3 categories instead of the 11 that were in the original. The 11 were the missing value. Sorry, were the 12 because you've got the missing value, but then 0 to 10 for the other 11 categories. Well, we've reduced those to 3. Anything that's a 0 to 3 is the 1, which is the dislike. 4 to 6 is the 2, which is neutral, and 7 to 10 is the 3, which is like. Nice and simple. and easier to understand. So there's Martin's version of it. So now we might want to include value labels for each of the outcomes, as we might not remember what we did next time we have to do the analysis. We do this by finding the new variable in the variable view and clicking the 3 dots under values, and so we'll do that. So hang on. So we click continue here, and we click OK. This is the output to say that it's done it. And then if we go down one more, right at the end, we will see like lab cat. And so we do this by finding the new variable and click the 3 dots under values. So this values column here, go to this one, and there's none at the moment, so click that there. And Martin is telling us that we need to enter, for the value 1, we're going to put dislike labor. For the value 2, it is neutral to labor. And then for 3, we're going to have like labor. Click add and click OK. So now we have our 3 categories identified in case we forget what they are. Let's zoom out of Martin's cheat sheet there. Okay, so the labels have the values have got labels and they become easy to work with. Try and find 2 other variables where you can make a recoding of your own choice. Keep in mind that the recoding has to make sense. In other words, you can't recode everything into a variable in the same category. Okay, that's us. That is us done for this second session. So that's pretty straightforward, right?